Welcome to P3, I'm Randall Mark. This is the show that explores the fascinating people, places, and perspectives that make up our world. On today's show, many people are trying to deal with the issue of violence and bullying in schools. On today's show, we have a pair of musicians that believe that music can change how we think about violence. Stick around, it's going to be a great show. Kindness Rocks is a captivating educational show designed by music producer Jonas Jeanette with the help of world-renowned author Brock Tully. Their goal? To stop violence and bullying in schools and communities throughout the world by inspiring youth through music. Jonas and Jeanette join me in studio to tell me how they got started and to perform a few songs for us. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is a huge undertaking. I mean, you're talking about, I read books, we talk about how to deal with violence and bullying in schools. You guys believe that your message through music is the way to impact kids. Tell me how Kindness Rocks started.
Well, Kindness Rocks started initially with Brock Tully being at one of our shows that we do called Abacadabra. It's a different show that we do. And there was lots of kids and we were interacting with the kids. And after the show, he said, you know, have you guys ever thought about doing like a big show for kids that can inspire kids? You just saw how, you know, kids are so moved by music. Yeah. And so further to that, we started really talking about it and really zoning in on a vision and how we would do that and how we could impact kids. We have 3 teenage daughters.
Wow.
So we know firsthand the
These
stuff
issues,
that goes on in the schools. I know firsthand I was bullied terribly when I was growing up. So it's an issue that's really close to my heart that I would like to try and help kids in that situation.
That's really interesting because if a person comes in to lecture to kids, you know, here's 3 reasons, here's the stats, there's like tune out, whatever.
Exactly.
But all of a sudden there's some fun, energetic music and they're engaged and they're they don't even realize that maybe there's a message that's going on in the music. Is that what you found?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have a bit of a different approach, and what we do is we don't go in and preach to the kids.
Yep.
We go in and we share personal stories. It's kind of a different approach, but first and foremost, we bring in this big rock concert, like it's a 15-person cast, bring in multimedia screens, intelligent lights, full band, dancers, costumes. We also get the kids involved in the show. We go in and work with the kids in the school a couple weeks beforehand and get the choreographers working with them so they're dancing in the show. We get the choirs involved so that they're actually singing in the show.
This is like a fun time.
It is. It's fantastic, but getting back to the point that you were bringing up, we really want to approach it by sharing personal stories. And I mean, Jeanette might be able to elaborate a bit on that because you share a lot, but
tell me, like you said, you faced bullying in high school. What was that form did it come, and how did it affect you?
Well, I mean, for me, the story that I share is I talk about my home life growing up with an alcoholic, violent father, and lots of dysfunction in my home, as well as when I would go to school, kids would target me because of the way that I was dressed, because our house looked really funny. My dad was an artist, and so he painted our house like pink and brown stripes, and we had a cornfield in the front yard where everybody else had nice little flower beds. So kids pick up on things that are different.
Exactly, yeah.
And so we were the weird family. We were the weird house. My dad would carve these big totem poles and put them in the front of our lawn. So those things started really affecting my school life. And so that's what I share. I share my personal story. I tell the kids, you know, based on how I was treated, I formed these beliefs about myself that I was not valuable, that I was ugly, that I was stupid, and that there was something broken about me. And I just share from the I. And honestly, I think that's the best way to reach kids is just telling them true stories. We have another gentleman in our cast that talks about his bullying in school. But the really magical thing that he does is at his 10-year grad reunion, he received a letter from this bully that bullied him. And he reads this letter to the kids during Kindness Rocks. And the gist of the letter is, you know, I hope this letter finds you happy and well. and basically asked for his forgiveness.
Wow.
He
10
says,
years later, this
10 years after
guy's
the
aware.
fact.
I was a jerk, I was a bully, and I'm going
Exactly.
to own it now, even though it's 10 years later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He says, like, I've accomplished a lot of great things. I got a degree, I got a great job, I got a wife, I got kids. And he says, if there's any one thing that still haunts me to this day, it's how I treated you. And I just want to ask for your
Yeah,
forgiveness.
and it's amazing because even that, at the moment, bullying comes out of your insecurity, your own weakness.
Exactly.
It never comes out of a sense that you
Exactly.
feel insecure, so you want to put others down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he said in the letter. He said it was my own insecurity and my own home life that was causing me to act so violently towards you. So when Mark reads this letter to the kids, you can hear a pin drop. You don't have to say, don't bully.
Right.
You just are sharing. This is, and kids get it. They're smart.
Wow.
And we try and infuse the show with music, positive music that complements whatever story or whatever message we're delivering at that time.
Let's take a quick break, because after the break I want to get you guys to perform a little bit, because you got a really great sound. I want to let people have a chance to hear that. So more after the break with Jonas and Jeanette.